to lesson 3.5. In our previous lesson, in 3.4, we did the standard form. Now we're going to go with one of those. I think you need to memorize this. You need to memorize the linear equation in the slope-intercept form. I'm going to write it right away in a fancy color, right? The slope-intercept form is given like that. Y equals mx plus b. Guys, you need to memorize this, and you need to understand each and every one of the elements of this equation. You see, the input x is first multiplied by a constant m, which we call slope or rate of change, and then you add or subtract when necessary what we call the y-intercept. When that happens, then you will obtain your output. The key question here for lesson 3.5 is how can you describe the graph of a linear equation in what we call slope-intercept form? How do you know you know? You are going to be able to find the slope of a line. You're going to be able to use the slope-intercept form, the one I just wrote here. You're going to be able to use it of the slope-intercept form of a linear equation. And then you're going to use the slopes and y-intercepts to solve real-life problems. Okay? So let me start with this. How can we find the slope of a line once you have the graph? And then let's do these two exercises, A and B. Find the slope of a line. A slope, you might see this. Look at this. You might have a horizontal line. Then it might have some sort of a slant, or it might be steeper. These two, if you look, you go from left to right in this direction. Imagine that you're here. And you see that this little person will have to go up or down. This little person will have to go up. Now, there are other situations, lines like this. If the person is right here, what happens with this person? This person will have to go downwards. Okay? So that's important because let's take a look at exercise A. In exercise A, the little person will have to go up or down. Will go up, right? If it goes up, then the slope of the line in here is going to be a positive value. In B, as you can see, the person will go downwards, which means that the slope will be negative. Now we need to figure out the number. Pay attention. Once you have two coordinate pairs of a line, you can find anything, guys. Look at that. How to calculate the slope of a line. This is really easy. You just have to pay attention. Look at that. Look at this first point right here. It's located at the coordinates -3, -2, and the second point, let's label them as A and B. Okay, so in order to calculate the slope, which is M, I'm going to do this. How much you change Y divided by how much you change X. Actually, that change in Y and change in X is better used when this is not a triangle, guys. This is the Greek letter called delta. Delta Y divided by delta X. What is the meaning of that? Well, you will understand in a moment. Change of Y. Do you remember the concept of rise over run? Well, that's it. If you want to go from A to B, you know that the shortest way would be through a straight line. But instead, we're going to see from A to B, you know you have to go up, right? So you know that you go up, I don't know how many steps, but definitely something like this, right? You go this. And then, once you reach the same level, you will have to go to the right, yeah? Or what we call the run. Something like this, okay? So I want to measure First, let's use different colors because this is relevant and this is important. Okay, actually I'm going to use green for this. The green portion, well, that's terrible, just excuse me. We're going to use a green here. Okay, so this is the, oh wait, sorry, here you go up like this. The green portion, how much did you have to go up? Actually, it's easy, guys, because you do this. You have to go from -2 all the way up to 1, 2, 3, and 4. Can you see that you go all the way to this number 2? Sorry, it's hidden right here. So you go up 4 units, and going up means it's positive. So in this case, calculating the slope is a measure of how steep that line is. If the line is going up, that number will be positive. If the number goes down, if the line goes down, like in example B, then the slope will be negative. So in this case, I can do this. I know that I go up 4 divided by how much do you have, how many steps do you go to the right. You will have to go from -3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to the right. So it means 4 over 6. We just have to simplify this fraction to 2/3. That's the slope. Okay. Now what happens with this? Let me show you a different strategy. The slope is understood as the change of y divided by the change of x, right? And we're going to keep that in mind. But you can also do this. This is the same thing. Mathematically is the position at the end minus the position at the beginning in y. The position at the end minus the position at the beginning. All right, and this is when we need to label, and more label. You can go from point A to point B. Can you see that I always go from left to right? You can say that this is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. You see? And I just have to substitute in the formula. M is equal to, what is y2? Right here, guys. It is -1, so I'm going to plug it in. -1 minus, where is y1? It's right here, guys. You see? -2. What is x2? Look at the arrow. It's here. So it's 2 minus, what is x1? Goes right here. Can you see it's a 0? And then just solve. -1 minus 2, it's -3. Divided by 2 minus 0 is 2. This is the slope. Just as simple